Hello, welcome to a project or a video today. Today I have a different type of video. I'm going to share with you a planner. This is a new planner to me. I normally use a ring bound planner, a Heidi Swap one, and I print out my own inserts like the calendar pages, the weekly pages, and all the stuff that I put in. I print them myself, or I make them myself and print them. And I really liked that that way of doing it. However, I also have been recently really wanting to try bullet type journaling, but I hate my handwriting. And so when you do the bullet journaling, if you use it for your planner as well, generally they draw out their own calendar, and I did not like that at all. But I decided, you know what, I can make my own calendar, and I was recently at Joann's, and I found this little beauty here, and I really like it. It's so pretty. I was like, yep, I'm going to get it. I had a coupon for 50% off, so I said, yep, why not? So this is the Webster's Pages. It was, I think, $32, and I had 50% off, so I was like, yep, I'm going to do it. I added a camera charm to the top part there, and that's all I added. And the only thing so far that I don't like about it is this little tab here. I hate that it kind of just, it doesn't lay down, and it's just annoying. I don't know. It just bothers me, but I'm going to live with it. I'll just keep it in that little part there, I guess. And otherwise, I love this. And I created all of my own inserts so that I could make it what I wanted it to be. And I did some extra stuff too, and I'm going to share them with you so that if you want to do that, you can. Now, I'm going to use this as my wallet. So I have also decided that in here is where I will carry, the only stuff I carry in my wallet are my cards. So I carry my ID and my my credit and my debit card, and then my library card, and then medical, our insurance cards, and that's all I carry. So it's super simple to keep it in here. I do always carry this card here too. This is a card that my husband gave me when we first started dating way back in 1995 for Christmas one year, and I just love it. And I've kept it in my pocket ever since, or in my wallet ever since. So it gets a special place in this one. So I'm going to stick it right there. Now, the only problem that I had with these pockets was that they were really deep, and it made it really hard to dig into them to get my cards out. And if I want to get like my debit card or my ID card, it took a while. So I came up with a solution that would allow me to get all my cards out at once and pull them out nice and easy. And I just created a plastic sleeve, which allows me to pull out my cards like that, and then use the one I need, and then I can put them back in the plastic sleeve, and then this little plastic sleeve just slides right in there, and I've got this little handy thing for pulling it out. So it's perfect. To make that, all I did was use this Project Life fuse pocket. It's a 3x4 fuse pocket. At 3x4, it would not fit in here for sure. So all I did was I measured what I would need, and then I added a little tiny bit because I needed bulk, because I knew I would have quite a few cards in there. And then I fused it, and that was it. And then I added the washi tape just for decoration, just to make it pretty. And so then that's where all my cards are. And then back here I have just some little pieces of paper in case I need. These are Heidi Swap, I believe. Yep, they're Heidi Swap journaling pad. I got this clearanced at Michael's a while back. And I just have a few of those tucked in there in case I need them. And then back here is where my cash will go. And then in here, we start off with the first thing is my dashboard. And on my dashboard, I had a card, but I took it off because I've already filmed this video twice. And so I forgot to put it back on one time. But anyways, this is my dashboard. And then when you open it up, all it is some scrapbook paper, two-sided scrapbook paper that I put through my laminator, and I left space in between so that it turned it into a folder. I also then added a pocket, clear pocket right there, which you can't really see because it's clear, but it's a pocket there to hold little Project Life cards or whatever I wanted to hold with them. I could put stickers in there, and those are simply from this, which is their business card holder, self-adhesive, and they have white paper on the back, but once you take them off, once you peel off the white paper, it's clear. So I thought that was really cool. And I got those for 25 cents from my office supply store. They were clearanced, so it was a pretty good deal. All right, then we come to my first made thing. I love having pictures in my book, so I knew that even though I was going to go with this, I needed to have some way to put pictures in. So this is what I went with, and these are from my Heidi Swap planner. They look like, whoops, they look like this originally. Just a 2-pocket folder, and I put them together to make them into a folder, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute. But anyway, so there's that. And then we come to, this is my weekly planner. I'm only going to use a weekly one. I'm not going to use a monthly. However, sometimes you just need a month to look at. So I have these little cards. This is my December. And I have one of these for each month. And then each month that I'm in, I'll just replace the card and put a new card in there. And then I'll have a month to look at. My first weekly planner goes up to May 7th. So I'm good until May 7th in here. This is a printable I found on, what was I on? This was on, I can't even remember the website, but I just searched them on Pinterest. I just searched for a week on 2 pages, and I found this one, and I really, really liked it, so I stuck with it. And then I printed it all out, and I printed it back to back, except for the very first one, I printed graph paper. So then I would have graph paper on the front and on the back. So I printed graph paper on one side, and then I printed the calendar on the other side. And then all of the rest of them, I printed the calendar on one side and the calendar on the other side. And it works out perfectly. And then I covered all of my notebooks with craft paper because I liked the uniform feel of it. I may decorate these. I may not. I haven't quite decided yet. But I did like them like this, so we'll see if I want to decorate them. Okay, so then we come to here, which is one of my favorite pictures. This is my puppy when she was a puppy. She's so cute. And this is her now when she's bigger. She's still so cute. And then we are out of that. And then we have here a Simple Stories page, which originally looks like this. And all of these are Simple Stories, and I will change them out when I want to. I'm going to put pictures in them, but I wanted to show them to you with something in them. So I just grabbed these cards that I had and threw them in there. And all I did was take that Simple Stories page protector, and I folded it in half, and then I put washi tape on the top, along the top, just to cover the hole. That's the part where the holes were, and you could easily cut that off if you wanted to, but I kind of liked the look of the washi at the top. All right, and then we get on to another notebook here. In this notebook, it's just my dotted notebook. Okay, and then we turn, and this is the back side of that one. And then I have another picture thing here. And then here is my graph paper planner, which I'm going to replace for this month. I decided I'm going to have a Christmas one in there, so I'm going to put this one in here. And this is just a Christmas graph one too, so then I can write all my Christmas lists in there if I want to. Okay. And then the back side of another planner. Now this here is a pocket which I created for a purpose, and I'll show you that in a second. But first I'm going to show you it has a pocket here. And then when you turn the page, it has a pocket here and a pocket here. And if you really wanted, there could be a pocket there too. I haven't decided if I'm going to seal that up yet or not, but I'll show you what I mean. And then right here is my last, this is the book that came with the planner. And then here I just have this. So now let me show you what this is. I'm going to take this off. So this is my pocket here. And then here, this is a Becky Higgins zipper pouch. And it was too big. It was in my Heidi Swap planner. but it was too big for this one, but I still wanted to use it because I needed a place to put the stickers, and I really like having a zippered pouch in my book, and I like that it's see-through. So what I did is I just measured what I could use, what I needed for length, and then I fused it together there. And then I created this pocket so that, because when you put, let me put it back in here now. When you put it in here and wrap it around, which is what keeps it in, then I was left with this, which I didn't like this. I didn't like this just hanging out here. So I wanted to create something that I could slide over it, because I didn't want to cut it off either, because I needed that to wrap around to hold this in. So I created this pocket, which is open on the end and sealed over here, but it still has 3 pockets, one here, and one here, and then if you want to, you could still have one on the inside too. So this one just slides down right over the top of that plastic, and then it just looks like a little added pocket. And I think what I will do is I will add a little bit of adhesive to one side, and then on this side there'll still be a pocket, and then I'll just put a little hole there so there'll still be a thumb hole, and I can still insert things there if I want to. I'm going to show you how I made this though too. Okay. And then on the back I have these pockets, which I haven't made notebooks for yet. So anyways, that's my planner. What I want to show you really quick is how I created these two. I'm going to show you how I created a few of the things. So the first thing is this little picture pouch, which may be hard for you to see because it is clear, but just bear with me for a second. So what you do is make sure that it's opening both the same way, and then I'm going to flip one over, and then I'm going to take some clear tape, nice long piece, and I'm going to run it along the edge so that it overhangs. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. I just want it to hang over so that you can see. I know everything's clear, but you can see this part is sticky here. So then I'm going to lay it down sticky side up. I'm going to pay attention to where my openings are so that they both open on the same side. And then I'm going to lay this one down lined up with the other one. But I left just a tiny gap between the two. Let's see if you can see. Yep, there we go. You can see just a little bitty gap between the two pieces. And then I'm going to fold over the overhang on the edge. Fold over and fold over. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit more to the back of this just to cover the tape. Not necessary, but I just wanted to do it to keep not sticky. Okay. Then I have this, and I took and I ran some washi tape through this. Okay. Then once you put the washi tape on it, you're going to fold it in half. Now it's going to not want to fold in half. So what I did is I take my bone folder, press down really hard, and it still doesn't want to fold in half, you can see. And then I just take this and I run it, once I have the washi tape on, I run it just folded flat like this through my Big Shot machine, and that helps to flatten it out. Then I just slide this in between the elastics, and I have a lovely little photo holder. Okay. And the great thing is that if you want to, you can cut some of them in half, which I have done when I was using it as a ring binder. I had already cut some in half, and I could swing these through, and then I would have a shorter so that you just have a little bit of a difference in your book too. Okay. Next up, I wanted to show you how I create. I'm not going to go through and make the whole book, but I haven't seen this technique anywhere, and so I want to give you guys this tip because I do love the stapled look, but it's really hard to do if you don't have a long arm staple or a swivel stapler, which I don't have. And so I'm going to give you a little tip on how you can use a regular stapler to staple your book, okay? I'm just going to show you with this piece here. I've got it folded you would line up all of your pieces. You'd line up all the inside pieces and then lay them down flat, okay? And I'm going to lay them on this piece, which is just a piece of packaging from somewhere that I got a long time ago. You could use any sort of foam. It just needs to be a little thick. This is pretty thick. And it needs to be foam so that the staples can go through it. Okay? Then you just put your piece of paper on there. You take your stapler. This is just a regular old stapler. Nice and boring. Opens all the way up flat like this. That's what it has to do. And then what you're going to do is line it up with your line. And then you just pounce it in there. And then flip it over. And now you can see that the staples are sticking out. So then this would be attached to all of your pages. You would do this as many times as you want. I do it 3 times for each of my books. See here, you can see it's done 3 times. Okay. And then all you do is you just take your bone folder or something, whatever you want, and you just fold the staples inward to each other. Like so. Just make sure it stays nice and flat, and then when you're done with that, you have your book stapled together. And then you have it stapled. It's a really good way to make a little booklet. Okay? So there's that. And then I'm going to show you real quick how I made that pocket, because maybe you want to make one. And it was really easy. So I'm going to use 2 pieces of paper. First one I'm going to use, I'm doing pink so that you can see it easy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to 8 1/4, which is the size of all of the rest of my books. Okay, and then I'm going to leave it by 11. And that's all you have to do for cutting. Then I'm going to take my bone folder, or my scoreboard here, and my bone folder, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to fold that up. And then I'm moving it all the way to the end again so that the fold is at the end. And I'm going to score it again at 4 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it up, and then this piece is going to go back on itself. Simple so far. Okay. So we got that so far. It's pretty easy. You're going to be amazed by how easy this is to create. Then we've got another piece here, and just for contrast, I'm going to use this brown, or this craft cardstock. Okay. And I'm going to make, there's no real measurement, and I'm not going to measure because I don't want to. I'm going to make a little mark. Let's go right about here. I want it to go up about that high. I'm going to go up about however high I want my folder, my first pocket to go. And then I'm going to come over. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to, I'm going to put my paper to the edge, and I'm going to come over to right about there. So I'm maybe about 1/2 inch from the edge and a couple of inches from the top. Like I said, this measurement doesn't matter. It's just your preference, what you want to do for this. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it out like this. Just trim those 2 marks that I just made. Okay, then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, just kind of see what I want. I'm going to trim it like that. Okay, I'm going to keep both of these parts. And then I'm going to put my trimmer away because we're done with it. And now I'm going to take my book here. And we have one side that has this flap. Okay. And we have one side that opens. So turn it over so that this side it has nothing on it. And you're going to first take this flap right here. Okay. You're going to lay it down right at the edge, just like so. Then you're going to take this piece right here and you're going to lay it down just right there. Okay, can you see that? Alrighty. Then you're going to take tape. Washi tape would probably be best because it would be pretty, but I liked using this wrapping tape. This is just Scotch tape, just clear Scotch tape. And all I'm going to do is, whoopsie. I'm just holding my pieces and then making sure that the tape is kind of where I want it. Okay, if it's not, this particular kind of tape is pretty easy to move around. Okay, I'm just gonna try it one more time because I didn't get it quite lined up where I wanted it. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to wrap it around to the other side, and this is what's going to create all the pockets that we need. Burnish it really well, and then the great thing about this is that you can hardly see it. In the certain light you can see the glare, but because I used this satin finish tape, it doesn't show up as well, or it doesn't show up as much. So if you don't want to cover it with washi tape, you really wouldn't have to. Okay, and then I'm going to get another long piece, and this piece is going to go along the side. And I'm putting it so that about half of it is on the paper and half of it is hanging off. Okay. So now we have our tape. You can see half of it is dangling off, half of it's on the front there. I'm just going to turn it over and wrap it around like this. And then the last little piece, I just have to do a little something to it. I have to cut this off. You have to trim that one first before you can go on to this part. And then my last piece, I'm just going to push it on the top and fold it down. Okay, and again, I'm just going to burnish it really well. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the extra. Okay, just like that. And then we have one more step. I'm going to take my razor blade and I'm going to lightly slice anywhere where it overhangs a pocket. Just because I don't want it to interfere with any of my pockets. Okay, then we move on to the back side. I'm going to slice there, perfect, and there. So now we have one pocket, two pockets, three pockets, and then if we wanted to, we could even turn this into a pocket. You could undercut this just a little bit if you wanted to once you folded it, just cut a little bit off. Then you'd be able to get into here easier. Or you could just put a thumb pull in here if you wanted to. Or you could not have that be a pocket at all. Whatever you would like. And then I'm going to show you, you could use this. This could slide on to just about anything you wanted it to. So for me, I'm going to pull this one off. And this opening here, you have an opening there. This just slides right on to the flap. And there we have our pockets. You could also, if you wanted to, say you have one of these and you didn't want to use one of them, but you wanted to make it a pocket. You could just slide it right onto there. If you didn't adhere it, it would slide around though. You could slide it onto you'd have to trim these down just a little bit, but you could slide it onto a notebook cover if you wanted to. So there's lots of options. I'm going to put mine back in, but now that I've shown you how to make it, now you know how to make it. And you can make it as pretty as you want. You can even make it out of pattern paper if you wanted to. And let's see, did I share everything? I think I did share everything I wanted to share with you on how I created my journal. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but it was fun, and I am going to love using this, I think. As I come up with more ideas for the inside, I will share with you, okay? Bye-bye now.